Good evening, everybody. Checking out the technology. I started it up and it was broadcasting to me again. I can see that there. I haven't got it on my phone yet. I don't know what's going on there. Never mind. So we'll play along, and hopefully it'll all be okay. So I'm going to start this evening with number 81 from Hymns and Psalms, Come Thou Long Expected Jesus. And it's all quite exciting here this evening because I've set up another organ. So let's see what we can do with this. So we'll change the camera, turn the mic off. Come Thou Long Expected Jesus. So here tonight I managed to set up the 46 stop Hereford Cathedral organ. There are 67 stops. Who knows, possibly for Christmas I might treat myself and just go up one further step. We will see. Who knows? Get to grips with this first, I think. But there we go. So a lovely hymn now for Advent. O come, Immanuel, which is rather lovely hymn. I've always enjoyed this. It's great for improvising and doing various things. Oh, I'm a bit in the shade tonight, aren't I? Oh dear, never mind. From the melodies from a French missal from the 15th century, so it's an old tune, but rather lovely. enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed playing it on this lovely sounding organ. It really is quite lovely to have something like this in my front room. So, just little bits of news to tell you. Well, it's Advent Sunday today, so I've lit my first Advent candle. So it doesn't give out quite enough heat to be able to just give enough lift to my little decoration here. It was a Christmas present from a friend of mine some years back, and it's lovely to have it there. So as the weeks go by, I'll add another candle, and by the time we get to the fourth Sunday, it'll be whizzing around like I don't know what. So you will know, I told you last time, my uncle David was in hospital awaiting an operation. He has come through that operation, and I did speak to him today on the phone, and he is doing quite well. I suppose today will be the third day, and he is really doing quite well. So thank you for your thoughts and prayers. Still a way to go yet, but we're headed in the right direction, so that's good. I know David would love this time of year to be able to sing with the church choir and the carols and all the rest of it, and add his lovely bass voice to the rest of us. But it's going to be so different for all of us this Christmas, isn't it? But anyway, Uncle David's on the mend, thank goodness. So thank you for looking out in your prayers for him and for the family, for Auntie Daphne too. We do appreciate it. I was in communication with somebody today who values very much the thoughts and prayers of the church, and the sort of pastoral team and the pastoral effect which we have just by looking out for one another. But it's what we're told to do, and we are acting out the gospel. So that's really good. So moving on, or backwards in the book, I suppose, to 79. This is another of my favourite. You're going to say, what isn't a favourite of yours? Well, this has always been a great one, and I've always loved Of the Father's Love Begotten. It's got a wonderful tune from P.A. Cantaionis from 1582. Once again, an early tune. Words from Prudentius from 348. So that's a long time ago, isn't it? Not long after Jesus left us. Well, relatively in comparison to the distance that we are now from that date. Of the Father's love begotten. So it's a chance to let rip a little bit. So let's see what we can do. Change my camera. Turn my mic off. tremendous tune. This is He whom seers in old time chanted off with one accord, and O ye heights of heaven, adore him. Oh, that's great. So, 89. So something somewhat different now. The race that long in darkness pined, to a tune, a Scottish tune, the tune Dundee. And if you've got a tune book, I'll play the second version of the tune with the later rhythms in it. I think just so that I think it flows a little more easily. Words by John Morrison, which was found in the Scottish paraphrase, and of course this is based on Isaiah 9:2-7. The race that long in darkness pined. Those words back there. To the tune Dundee. So here we go. So as time goes along, I can experiment a bit more with the sounds of this wonderful organ. It really is great fun to play. I hope you're enjoying the sound and that it's coming across okay. Good. Now I was looking through the hymns and deciding what would be good for tonight, because we are going to start our Merritt's next Sunday evening. So get your Merritt's Carol book out, get ready for that next Sunday evening. We'll start. Those of you this morning that watched TMC will know that you've got a couple of Merritts this morning. We did have Hark the Glad Sound, and we also had another one from the Realms of Glory. I can't quite remember what key it's in. Realms of lovely setting. The choir did it as an anthem, so it was good fun, and so we will include those starting next Sunday evening. So get your requests in for hymns. I'm trying to sort of do the Advent things at the moment, and there are some lovely newer Advent hymns. Longing for Light comes to mind. Shine Jesus Shine, of course, that's all to do with light, isn't it? Light coming into the world. So do keep your requests coming in. It is important to me that I play what you would like me to play. So there we are. Anyway, Tell Out My Soul, a setting of the Magnificat. I know we're not on Mary's Sunday yet, but we won't be too long before we're there. The tune Woodlands. Here we go. So a setting of the Magnificat, Tell Out My Soul. Well, all too quickly it seems to me this evening. I haven't been chatting, saying too much. I gather that I was saying to somebody in an email, I'm never too sure what I'm going to say, and if I've said something afterwards which I think, oops, perhaps I shouldn't have said that, but there we go. It's gone, isn't it? So I talked about the 46 stop Hereford organ, and now I've got two of these control panels. So these are the stops which control this division and this division, and on my left are the stops which control the pedal division and the swell division. It's a bit like an Aladdin's cave and just sorting out. There's another division called the solo division, which doesn't have its own keyboard, but I can control the stops from this keyboard. Very lovely sounds. And there's a couple of big loud ones as well, as organists like to be loud. There's an even bigger one. And you can combine them all up and make a really big racket. So it's almost like a kiddie in a sweet shop getting to grips with it. Anyway, the more I use it, then the more I will get used to it. Occasionally one or two strange things happen which I wasn't expecting, but there we go. You never know what life is going to bring you, do you? I remember one of the things we used to do at Redruth School as an RE lesson was ask the children to think of something, to say life is like a box of chocolates. You know, you've got soft centres and hard centres. You're never sure what you're going to get, and things like that. I forgot what they used to come up with, but some of them were quite amusing, as you can imagine. If you've got some thoughts, life is like, then please put them up. And don't forget, at some stage, although it would be lovely to just see where everybody comes from. I know that there's people all over the place, in fact over the world. So and people were thinking today about Christmas and how hard it is going to be for some people in the just because sometimes life is hard, but it's even harder now with this wretched virus. I mentioned my cousin-in-law, who has actually tested positive for COVID, so she now has to isolate for a fortnight, and unfortunately her husband Clive Brown is away in Shrewsbury, so I'm going to keep a lookout and keep an eye out. So that's David Brown, who's currently in hospital. It all gets very complicated, doesn't it? So when the phone goes sometimes, you never know what's going to happen, or when emails come in. So if you can remember these people in your prayers, that would be good. I know there's lots, and there'll be some that will be known to you, some that are known to us, some are family, some are friends, or friends who are perhaps waiting for news, hospital news, all those sorts of things. You know, what the future holds, people thinking about their jobs and so on and so forth. So continue to remember them in your prayers, and be a blessing to somebody somewhere if you can. So to conclude this evening, Hark the Glad Sound, the Saviour comes, the Saviour promised, along to the tune Bristol, which of course Bristol is it will be in a tier 3 lockdown, won't it? So yes, so there we go. I'll make sure I've got an overhead light on next time so that I don't look quite so gloomy. Hark the glad sound, the Saviour comes. So let's finish off on something good and strong then, shall we, for this evening, and look forward to seeing you on Thursday. And as I say, Thursday will be a chance to sing some of those hymns perhaps we don't always sing. Swap around here and off we go. Once again, thank you for looking in and sharing in this time together, and look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Keep your requests coming. Merritt's next week. Now, some of you in other parts of the country, we think, what on earth is he going on about Merritt's? Now, if you look at TMC, as I've mentioned before, we did Hark the Glad Sound this morning. Thomas Merritt, and I'll tell you more about him next week. It was a Cornish composer who lived in the Redruth Camborne area. He's buried at Iluggan Parish Church, and he wrote tunes which have sort of fugato parts, if you like. More technical things to come up in the quiz, of course, where tunes follow each other, parts follow each other, and they're great fun to sing. They really are. Everybody has something to do. So look out for those. I will check up on the words will all be available from hymns and psalms or Singing the Faith, but the music won't be, and I just need to check out to make sure, copyright wise, if I can put some music up on the screen for you, then I will, but I won't promise anything. Anyway, good night and God bless. See you soon. Take care. Stay safe.